You know that feeling, right? That moment you wake up and something inside just feels, well, fundamentally different. Not the room, not the weather, not even your circumstances, but something deeper.
Yeah.
It's like the way you see the whole world has subtly shifted, and suddenly, you find yourself operating on a completely different frequency.
Exactly. A different wavelength almost.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really plunging into what our source material calls the next level of personal evolution. Our source for this is pretty interesting, a YouTube transcript from the channel Solace Fox. The video is called You Found This Because You've Reached the Next T Level.
Sounds intriguing.
So our mission today is to kind of unpack this profound internal transformation. What does it actually feel like? How do you even get there? What about the surprising challenges it brings? Because it's not all smooth sailing, apparently.
Definitely not.
And why, according to us, is it less about finding a new you and more about finally, coming home?
Okay. Well, what's really interesting right from the start is how the source frames it. It's not random. It's not a fluke.
Right.
It's described as recognition, like a deep confirmation you've crossed some kind of threshold.
Okay, recognition. I like that.
And crucially, it's not a level you were actively chasing or trying to manifest. It's presented as something you've actually earned through every single experience.
Wow. So all the hard stuff, the lessons.
Exactly. They are all steps leading you right here to this new internal place.
That makes so much sense. Because it's not like you get an email alert, congrats, you've leveled up.
Yeah, definitely not. It's much more subtle.
Our source highlights that this change doesn't announce itself with fanfare. There's
no external validation needed, really.
In fact, it often feels like the total opposite, doesn't it? Like everything you thought you knew about yourself is being questioned.
Yeah, identities get challenged. Comfort zones just sort of dismantled systematically.
So it's not necessarily comfortable at first.
Not at all. But the source uses this beautiful metaphor. It's like finally exhaling after holding your breath for years.
Oh, I love that.
Think about it. This newfound stillness where there used to be just constant mental noise, clarity instead of confusion, and this deep inner knowing that replaces all the endless questions.
Which makes you wonder, why do so many cycling?
Right. The source touches on that. People live their entire lives cycling through the same patterns. They get glimpses, maybe, of something more.
But they turn away.
They turn away from the discomfort because real growth often feels uncomfortable initially. They stick with the familiar struggle over the unknown breakthrough.
So if you're listening and this is ringing true, you're probably someone who made a different choice somewhere along the line.
Exactly. The path to this level isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about walking towards it.
The source says, you didn't turn away, you kept walking toward the discomfort when everyone else was running.
You kept asking the harder question, going deeper.
And through that process, maybe without even realizing it fully, you developed a different relationship with challenge, with uncertainty, with your own potential.
And building on that, one of the most, I think, tangible shifts is in how you react to things, or rather how you respond.
Okay, tell me more.
Those triggers.
Yeah.
The things that used to just send you spinning into anxiety or anger or desperation.
Yeah, we all have those.
They still show up. Life still happens. But now the source says there's a pause.
A pause, like a buffer.
Exactly. This space between what happens to you and how you respond to it. And it's not willpower. It's not forcing yourself to be calm.
It's earned.
It's earned through experience by choosing growth over comfort so many times that it became automatic, like building a muscle.
That pause sounds like a superpower, honestly, having that space.
Wow. It really changes things.
So if this internal shift is happening, how does it actually show up in daily choices? Does decision-making feel different?
Oh, absolutely. The source highlights this shift. You start operating from a completely different foundation.
Meaning
making choices from inner knowing rather than external pressure. It's about trusting your instincts even when they don't make logical sense to anyone.
Okay, inner knowing. That sounds a bit mystical, maybe?
Well, the way it's described, it's less mystical and more like a quiet, calm, certain. It's there even when your rational mind is, freaking out.
So you learn to listen to that quiet voice over the loud, panicky one.
Pretty much. You shift from needing everyone else to approve to really leaning into your own truth. That quiet voice becomes your compass.
That sounds amazing, really liberating. But I can also see how it could be scary, especially if you're used to pleasing. Disappointing them feels like a big hurdle.
It is a hurdle. And this level demands, as the source calls it, radical authenticity.
Radical authenticity, okay.
It means being willing to disappoint people in service of being authentic rather than performing to keep everyone comfortable.
Ooh, that's tough. but necessary.
It is, because this whole transformation isn't really about adding new skills or hitting external goals. It's fundamentally about finding yourself, the real you that's been buried.
Under all the conditioning, the should.
Exactly. That person you've maybe only glimpsed before, the one who feels truly aligned, they finally get the space to step.
And when that authentic self starts showing up more, I imagine conversations change. Relationships must shift too.
The source points out how things like endless discussions about problems without solution, or just constant complaint sessions.
Yeah, those energy drains.
Or even just really surface level interactions start feeling, well, intolerable.
Not because you're suddenly judging everyone.
No, not at all. It's more like you've developed a taste for depth, for meaning. You crave exchanges that actually nourish you.
And you just can't fake it anymore. Can't pretend to be into conversations that feel empty.
Right. You can't fake the enthusiasm.
So how do other people react when you start operating like this?
It's interesting. Our guide mentions two main responses. Some people are actually drawn to this new energy. They sense something solid, grounded in presence.
Okay, like attracts like, maybe.
Perhaps. It makes them feel safer or more at ease somehow. But then there are others.
Oh.
Others who get really uncomfortable with your evolution because it highlights their own stagnation.
Ah, your growth becomes a mirror for them.
Exactly. Your willingness to change forces them to confront their own unwillingness to grow, and that can be, well, confronting for them.
So you might find yourself just unable to pretend anymore, unable to fake enthusiasm for certain things, or just not engaging in meaningless chat.
Yeah. You can't pretend to care about conversations that feel meaningless.
And it's not about being difficult, is it?
No, it's just a natural outcome of developing boundaries around your energy that didn't exist before. It's like your internal operating system has had a major upgrade.
Okay, this is fast, but here's something the source points out that kind of surprised. Reaching this next level, it isn't easier than where you were before.
Right. Counterintuitive.
If anything, the source says it's more demanding.
Because you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unknow what you now know about yourself, others, life.
That increased awareness, it comes with responsibility.
Absolutely. It's like suddenly having peripheral vision when you could only see straight ahead before. You notice so much more of the subtle stuff, the connection.
Which leads to that realization that nothing is random, that everything is connected.
Yeah, in ways you never saw before.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly liberating on one hand,
but
but also potentially overwhelming because it means you have more influence over your experience than you ever imagined.
Okay, that sounds good.
But the flip side is you can't blame circumstances or other people for where you are anymore. Not really.
The buck stops. That demands a whole new level of self-honesty.
Totally. The locus of control shifts in.
So this increased awareness, this self-honest, what kind of courage does that demand day to day?
Well, it's a different kind of courage, according to the source, not necessarily the courage for big dramatic actions.
What then?
It's more the courage to be ordinary, to be human, to show up authentically without needing to prove anything.
Just being yourself without the performance.
Exactly. And that includes the courage to disappoint people who expect you to be someone you're not. And crucial,
yes,
the courage to succeed without guilt and fail without shame. Just letting outcomes be outcomes without attaching your worth to them. It's a quiet confidence.
That sounds incredibly peaceful, actually. And it seems like even your relationship with time changes.
Dramatically. The source says you're not racing towards some future version of yourself anymore.
No more chasing the horizon.
Right. You're not trying to escape from where you are, rush through experiences to get to the good part. There's just this undeniable presence now.
Being fully here.
Yeah. It makes every moment feel richer, more textured, more alive.
And what about things like goals or problems? How do they look from this new perspective?
It's pretty interesting. The guide suggests your goals either don't matter anymore in the same obsessive way, or they start manifesting with an ease that feels almost surreal.
Why? What changes?
It's not because you've mastered some secret technique, but because you've stopped being at war with yourself. You're aligned internally.
Okay, less inner conflict and problems.
Problems transform. They stop being evidence of your inadequacy.
Ouch. Yeah, that old feeling.
Instead, they become more like puzzles to solve or opportunities to practice your new way of being or simply invitations to grow. The whole perspective shifts.
So it's a kind of detachment, but not a cold one.
Exactly. The material describes it as actually more loving because you're no longer trying to control outcomes or manipulate circumstances just to protect your ego.
You can just let things unfold more.
Yeah. And with this new rootedness, this inner stability, the drama, it just seems to evaporate. People who thrive on chaos or drama tend to gradually fade from your orbit. Your energy just doesn't resonate with it anymore. You're just being. And that alignment is magnetic in its own way.
So if we pull all these threads together, the big message here seems incredibly reaching this level isn't about becoming someone new. It's actually about finally becoming who you've always been.
Perfectly put. It feels like coming home to yourself after a very long journey.
I mean home.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, that journey of becoming yourself. It's infinite.
Infinite. Oh, that sounds exhausting.
Huh? No, not in the bad way. Not infinite because you're never enough. Infinite because you're always becoming more of who you truly are.
Okay. Unfold it.
And this rootedness, this grounding in your own truth, it changes everything about how you move through the world. No more performing.
You're just being.
You're just being. And that being, as the Source says, is magnetic. It attracts others who are seeking that same authenticity.
So if you're listening right now and these words are, I don't know, landing differently than maybe they would have 6 months ago.
If something inside is quietly nodding along.
Yeah, that feeling of recognition, then you probably get it already. You didn't stumble on it. You're hearing it because you have reached the next level.
And that level is ready to be acknowledged by you.
That version of yourself that's been slowly emerging through all those tough choices, choosing growth, choosing authenticity. That's who you are now.
Right now, not some future goal.
Not who you're becoming, not who you might be someday, who you are in this moment. And the journey doesn't stop here, does it?
Yeah.
If anything, the Source suggests this is where it really begins.
Absolutely. Because now, operating from this level, you get to create from wholeness, not lack.
Love from fullness, not need.
Live from truth, not performance.
You've earned this recognition. This level was always there waiting. It just needed you to grow into the person who could actually embody.
And now that you're here,
Yeah.
now you've crossed this threshold.
The only real question left is, what are you going to create from this powerful new foundation? Remember what the Source says. Ready people don't wait for permission to become who they already are.
So what will you bring into the world from this space, from this profound authenticity?